Hi guys, and welcome to the second past forms lesson, which today is all about the past simple versus the past perfect. Alright, so let's quickly review the past simple. Alright, so past simple talks about a past time or action. This time or action is finished and completed. So, Jackie ate the cake. This is now. This is the past. The cake is not connected to now. We use the past simple to sequence past events. This is important for today, alright? So Jackie ate the cake, then she drank some tea. This is 1, 2. Past simple also expresses past facts as perceived by the speaker. Basically, this means that in my head, this time, 3 years, is one finished event. If you need more information about this idea, look at the video about past simple and past continuous. So let's move on to the past perfect. Now, one of my hobbies is baking. I love making cakes, and a couple of weeks ago I decided to make some banana muffins. So, firstly, I read the recipe. Then I went shopping. I bought some eggs, and then I went home with my eggs. I started making my banana cakes, and then I realized I had forgotten to buy flour. And of course, you can't make a cake if you don't have flour. So these green X's are all past simple sentences. This purple one in the middle is the past perfect. So let's look a little deeper at the differences between those two forms. So the first difference to point out is really the form of the two tenses. So past simple is very easy. To make a past simple sentence, all you need is verb to, or the past simple of the verb. So if you have a regular verb, you're just adding ed to the end. An irregular verb, obviously, is going to be different for each of them. What about the past perfect? Well, here we've got two verbs. So we've got had, which tells us it's perfect, and then you need to have verb 3, or the past participle, for your main verb. There's some other really important differences though. The first difference is that the past simple looks forwards in time. So basically we are moving from the past towards the present, effectively. We go from early to recent. Past perfect does the opposite thing. The past perfect looks backwards in time from one past event to an earlier past event. And this is super important. Okay? I've had lots of students make up their own names for the past perfect, and often students call it things like the before past, and that's absolutely fine. If you want to call it something like this, no problem. Alright, so the past simple is for completed past events. It goes forwards in time, it's for single past events, and it's a very common tense. Past perfect is also for completed past events, but these go backwards in time. This word here is a good word, retrospectively, and this really just means backwards. So the past perfect looks at time retrospectively or backwards. It also connects to past events or times, and it's much less common than the past simple. So here we are again, and you can just see that these green ones, they're all single things that are going forwards, whereas the purple one is going backwards, and it's connecting this time when I realized I had forgotten to buy flour to the time when I was in the shop and I bought my eggs. Alright, so the past perfect is a strange tense. As I said, it's not as common as the past simple, and students sometimes go a little bit crazy when they learn the past perfect and they try to use it all the time. Don't do that. We don't use the past perfect very often. And the best way to learn it is from context. And this basically means you need to have a little text and use that to help you understand the past perfect. Now, these little texts can be anything. It could be a newspaper. This is a newspaper article here. It could be a book. It could be a TV show, anything at all. It really doesn't matter. And what you need to do is this. Find a short text. Now, this is only 3 sentences long. Very short, very simple. And we're going to look for the past perfect. So the past perfect is here, right? And then you want to ask yourself, why? Why is the past perfect used, and what is it doing here? Okay. So this time, we'd made the place nice. It's using the past perfect because it's actually the first event in all of these events. Okay, so this comes back to the idea that the past perfect helps us to order events and play with time. Now, one little thing to notice is this contraction here. So native speakers don't usually say, we had made the place nice. I would just say, we'd made the place nice. We'd made the place nice. And you can hear this almost doesn't happen. It's very difficult to hear the auxiliary verb.